Good morning, and today is Sunday, April the 23rd, St George's Day. St George, as we know, was synonymous with slaying the dragon. And I keep saying I believe that PTSD is the modern dragon. And once again, I'd just like to remind everybody that PTSD doesn't just affect those in the armed or emergency services. It can affect anyone who's had a trauma. And in this story, I can't think of a trauma that would be worse. This is about the horrendous and unforgivable act of international abduction of a very young child. I'm very fortunate and proud that my friend Claire has allowed me to share this with you. For many, many years, I actually didn't realise that Claire had gone through this trauma because she always functioned so beautifully outside. Yeah, she ran a successful business, or still does. In fact, she's a public speaker. What she said was, what you don't know is what goes on in the sanctuary of someone's home. But I'll read the story as she has written it, which starts on Friday, March 13th. At 8 o'clock, she dropped her beloved daughter, Mariana, to her father's for the weekend. She was about 17 months old at the time, a very active, happy child, and into everything, and constantly smiling. Unfortunately, the relationship with her father had gone downhill, as he was both physically and verbally abusive and very controlling. And Claire said that even today she can't put down in words that what he did to her. Anyway, he came from a very proud, strict Lebanese matronite Catholic world, and the fact that they split up would be seen as shameful. Anyway, he had asked her to stay with him for the weekend. It was Palm Sunday on the 15th, and in the Maronite church they make a very big deal of that, particularly for children. So obviously Claire didn't want either her ex or her daughter to miss out. However, before she left, he got a call from him, and he asked for three things which she says were unusual, but didn't think of it at the time. Lots of photos saying he missed her when she wasn't there. Lots of clothes because he wasn't sure what they would be doing, and her red book, which is the one which has all the baby records. And he was concerned that if he didn't have all the records when she was there, if anything happened. So she innocently packed everything up, dropped her daughter round to her father's, went off before. She didn't want to have another argument with him, he'd be abusive. Anyway, and so she drops him off about 8 o'clock, her off about 8 o'clock, and was looking forward to Sunday night when she'd get lots of, as she calls them, snuggles. And on that Friday night, she went clubbing with a few friends. And she had to get her mind off things, and he'd done a real number on her, and so this was one of the first time she's gone out. In fact, she hadn't really been allowed out since he met her when she was 19. On the Saturday morning, the 14th, she tried to call him about a dress she'd seen in the shops, which she felt would be ideal for a Lebanese Catholic Palm Sunday parade. And she wanted to know if she wanted him to buy it for her and drop it around. The phone was constantly off, and she assumed that the battery had died. Anyway, about 8 o'clock on that Saturday night, she had a call from an unknown number. She picked it up and said hello, questioning. And it was her ex telling her that he was in Beirut and he wasn't coming back, and if she ever came to the Lebanon, she would return home in a box. She consulted lawyers, went to court, run up debts that she'd never knew possible. She had to get a new passport because he'd stolen her passport. She became totally dysfunctional, had no idea how she was living, and if it hadn't been for her father and his relentless calls to make sure that she was awake, getting dressed, eating, doing stuff, she probably wouldn't be here today. He helped her cope. It took many, many years, in fact over a decade, during which time Claire had therapy. She had antidepressants, episodes of anorexia, episodes of near alcohol abuse, to find her version of normal. In 2015, she was reunited with her daughter, and it was after years of misfortune had left scars too hard to heal straight away. The meeting didn't go well. Claire still hopes that the damage and harm those lost years cause will one day be healed, and a more positive relationship with her daughter will happen. Neither she or Mariana were able to do that in 2015. There were many unanswered questions, too many lies and falsehoods. How sad is that? How dangerous is that? I'd like to thank Claire Bailey, who's the founder of the Retail Champion, for her sharing that with me. And we can only hope that as life goes on, her relationship with her daughter will grow. Thank you very much for listening. Bye-bye.